Alrighty, so we are back, and today we are going to be going over the global Dokkan Dragonstones, just kind of going over who we should be getting at this point, because we have sort of seen a lot of the things that we want to be seeing in terms of who to pick up, right? There's a lot of the times what we'll do is tell you to wait until the end of the celebration, which is still going to be the case here, but we have seen a lot of like the picks that I think were contentious are now sort of being decided a little bit. Now, if you guys remember back to the first video that I did when these first dropped, because, you know, that's just how we want to do things, the first thing that I suggested was to wait and see about the Super Saiyan 4, as well as the Vegito Blue and Rose Goku Black Super EZAs. So the first thing that we've seen is Rose Goku Black and Physical Vegito Blue, and these were both very, very good for specifically, you know, for Super EZAs and stuff like that. I'd say they hit these ones out of the park. And if you did not pull them on the Part 1 banners, then I think those would be some pretty good pickups for you, right? If you want to just maybe get one of each and then kind of round out your Future Saga team, round out your Realm of Gods team, whatever it may be. I don't hate that decision whatsoever at this point. But it's also like, I think it's kind of tough because especially in the hardest fight in the game, I find that this Vegito Blue has a bit of an issue because when he counters, he hits Goku Black with a counter off a normal, and that's buffing him up before you really want to buff him up. So this wireless charger does not want to cooperate. We'll take that off for a little bit. But so that's kind of how I'm feeling about that. But I like AGL Rose Goku Black a lot in the Omega Shenron team. So if you have LR Omega Shenron, I think that Rose is a very nice pickup for that team in specific. He links well with the new STR Goku Black and Zamasu character, works out very well. Physical Vegito Blue also works out very well with the STR Goku and Vegeta character. So these two things I think work out very well together, and I'm very happy that these were some like quality Super EZAs, right? These guys are definitely on that higher like upper echelon of like the Buhans of the world. Who else is like a really good Super EZA this year? Tech Cell was really good, right? So I think that's kind of where I'm seeing them. But the other two that we have to mainly talk about will be Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta. Now, it's early in their cycle for the Super EZA. They literally just, I got them Super EZA'd like an hour and a half ago. But from what I can tell, I don't know if they're worth picking up right now. At least it's kind of tough because GT Heroes is in a bit of a weird spot. But the beauty of these is you have multiple choices. So if you want as many options as possible, you definitely could just go like one copy of Goku, one copy of Vegeta, right? One copy of Rose, one copy of Vegito. And you could, in theory, do that if you wanted to. Or you could invest into like a gold slot on one of these Super EZAs, right? I think that that could potentially be an option for you as well. Now, between these two, Goku and Vegeta, it is really tough to say which one I think is better. I'd have to get some more experience using them, but from what I could tell, they don't feel quite as exciting as Rose and Zamasu, or not Rose and Zamasu, but Rose and Vegito Blue did, at least when they dropped. Because like with Vegito and Rose, it was like, oh my god, these characters are insane. But with Vegeta and Goku, it didn't really feel to me to be that level. But one thing to keep in mind with these two characters in specific is just how well they're going to work on the GT Heroes team and the fact that you can pick up all of them. So if you're content with running a Super EZA at 55%, then knock yourself out, right? Like you can go ahead and do that. I don't really see any major problems with doing that, but I definitely could understand like not wanting to pick up maybe Vegeta because you just don't think he's that exciting, or you don't want Super Saiyan 4 Goku because there are other Super Saiyan 4 Gokus that are available right now in the game that are very good, right? We have the AGL one with his limited time buffs, right? So I could definitely see that being a bit of a thing. So those are the main 4 Super EZAs that I think are like worthy of picking up from the newer batches. But what I think I also want to look at is some of the ones from older batches, right? STR Omega is also part of this newer batch, but the issue for me with him is the fact that he does not link with the new LR whatsoever. So he is like permanently locked to slot 3. And if you find a situation where this guy and Physical Omega end up, one of them is locked and you can't really move them, that's not a great situation, because with this Omega Shenron in specific, he has some links that are very important that you would be missing out on, right? Stuff like Shadow Dragons, GT, Big Bad Bosses. Those 3 links are pretty important for a character like this. Fierce Battle is obviously helpful as well, because it's not even a matter of having the links. It's a matter, or it is a matter of just having the links, right? It's not a matter of the specific links. It's the fact that if this guy's in slot 1 and you can't put him with somebody else, either him or the physical Omega is going to be missing out on a bulk of their kit, because extreme class characters tend to benefit way more from some of these unique links than the super class characters do. So this guy, I would say probably just stay away from him for now. Right, it's just, I don't think he's really worth it at this point, especially if you have the physical LR Omega Shenron. I think there's just better options to go with. But again, if you want to pick up this guy I believe we get up to 100 of these, so if you want to pick up like one copy of all the new Super Easy A's, I don't think that's a horrible choice to do. But I think that there are characters that I like a little bit better as Super Easy A's, at least specifically with these coins right here, or with these stones. I keep saying coins, but with these stones, that have not really moved from their positioning in terms of being like the best ones, right? I think Tech Cell is still very, very good. Has his orb changing, has his healing, everything else that he's doing. You have Buhan with his damage reduction and his crits, the additional supers he's bringing to the table. He has so much damage that he can potentially do for you, and I just think he works out very well. Even on the Omega Shenron team, this guy could also be a mainstay, especially if you have dupes in him. And one thing to also keep in mind with this Buhan, though, specifically, is that he is going to be on this banner. So if we go over here into the Omega Shenron banner, you can see right here that this guy is available from just summoning. So if you were to pick up a copy of this Buhan, I would say probably wait, because this Buhan right here is going to be not available right away, right? Or excuse me, he's going to be available in a multi-summon potentially, because you guys know how this goes. If you're summoning for Omega Shenron still, and you go pick up Buhan with your global Dokkan stones, you know who's going to be in that next multi. I don't even have to say it. So it's a bit tricky. So you definitely want to wait, and you should be good to go, right? Like if you're going to pick up that Buhan, I would say just wait. But when it comes to the other ones that we've talked about, I don't really hate going ahead and picking them up. But again, I think it is important. If you guys don't understand the philosophy of why you shouldn't, or why you should be waiting to pick up these characters, it's just because Dokkan likes to make these celebrations sort of be extended over time, and then they like to throw surprises in. They're trying to get you, right? Like it's like, oh, how do you how's the word, right? Where it's like you go all in on a banner, and then boom, there's another banner with more exciting stuff. Let's just say you're like a huge Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fan, and you went all in summoning on Rose and the Goku and Vegeta characters, and then bang, right? Part 2 is the more desirable character from the bunch. And then it's going to be the same thing here, where you use all of these stones and you either go summon and you go get them, or you use them right now and then they drop a better Super Easy A that's like the best in the game, and then you don't have any of these left. And there's evidence of them trying to do this. Not that this is like a scandal or anything, but sometimes what they like to do is they will... So right now, like, let's just say for the Future Saga, right? They're like, okay, let's give you guys some more Future Saga Super Easy A's. And then they give you Fusion Zamasu right here. And then you have Super Saiyan Trunks and the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, right? You all could have this right in here, and these three could all Super Easy A. And they all might be better than the Super Saiyan 4s, and then you already spent them. And then you have no choice but to, if you want to get these characters, to go and summon on something like this. I don't know, the Dragonstone banner right here, right? What they're trying to do is shoehorn you into summoning on this banner, when that is a terrible, terrible idea. You should not be summoning on this banner, right? This is just not smart. So you want to stay away from this, right? And that is why you want to wait for some of these, picks for the Global Dokkan coins. So right now, I'll make a case sort of like for and against a lot of these different characters in case you are maybe not considering picking up a Super Easy A. When it comes to LRs that are potentially useful for you right now, this guy has limited time buffs, but I would stay away because those buffs will go away while the Super Easy A buffs will not. Gogeta potentially could get limited time buffs down the road. That is also something to consider, that these characters are susceptible to getting limited time buffs more than once in their lifespan, because we saw these guys get their Easy A's during the their limited time buffs during the 10th anniversary, and then they went away, and now for Vegito they have them back. So if we ever go to a Dragon Ball Super Broly themed celebration again, which we will, this guy will more than likely see his buffs. So you have to keep in mind with that they certainly aren't going to shy away from giving more limited time buffs, and the same thing was the case for the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, the STR and the AGL one. So that is why we have what we have. Now, when it comes to some of these other characters in here, the Super Saiyan 2 EZAs, the Angel Goku, the Angel Vegeta, I'd probably stay away from them. I think they're decent for like a Buu Saga setup, but GDC power creep has made a lot of characters like not that great, and I think these guys are sort of in that bunch. Unless you have them rainbowed, you're not really going to be getting a ton of value out of them. They can work in very limited situations, but I wouldn't say that they are going to be like soloing GDC level content for you. So that is certainly not what you're looking for, but that's also not the purpose of these stones, right? EZA Buhan can't just clear the game himself. That's not the purpose of these. But Android 13, that's an easy skip. I think Cooler is an easy skip. It'll be very interesting to see how he ends up pairing with Cooler, like when STR Cooler gets his EZA, right? We're only a matter of time away from that. Within the next year, I'd say we probably have that. Future Gohan is to stay away. AGL Gohan and Int Cell are also susceptible to limited time buffs at some point, but I don't think they're really worth it. The only thing that really is worth it from this Gohan character is his Kamehameha lead, but I think we just have other alternatives for that at this point. The STR family Kamehameha Gohan is available on these banners, so I'd probably just stay away from this Gohan and this Cell. And then the same thing could be said for this TUR Piccolo, the Go Bros, Namegoku. Really, all of these characters here, you could probably just completely stay away from. Like, there's really no point picking them up. To me, I think the big deal with these is the Super EZAs, and those are going to be what you need to prioritize. So what I would recommend you do right now is at least wait until the end of the celebration, and then if nothing else happens, go ahead and either pick up like multiple copies of one of these characters, or just pick up one of each for Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Vegito right here, Rose, and then either Omega, Tech Cell, or Int Buhan. So that is how I'm feeling right now with the Global Dokkan Stones, or the Global Dragon Stones. Figured I would at least make an updated video because the last one was like contingent on how the Super EZAs would look for the Super Saiyan 4s and the future characters, but now we do have a bit more information. I think we can make a more stable sort of prediction for what you should be doing. Now, again, keep in mind that we might get more Super EZAs that are on this list, so I would highly advise that you continue to wait, but if you want to use them right now, those are the 5 characters that I would recommend that you go ahead and pick up. So let me know down below what you guys did with the Global Dragon Stones. Have you used them already? Are you saving? Are you disappointed with any of the options? Would you disagree with any of the picks that I made? All that fun stuff in the comment section below. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.